Hey, Ange.
Hey, Les. How are you?
Good now. Day started out a little weird, but I'm good now.
It's good. Well, we're going to talk about it. Welcome to a new episode of Black Boomer Besties from Brooklyn. I'm Angella, and that's... I always do
Leslie,
it wrong. I don't know which way.
I
That's
think it's
my
to your left
bestie.
shoulder.
Leslie, that way. I had to think about that. I had to do this in my head, and know which one was left. I'm Angella. That's my bestie, Leslie. We've been best friends for almost 50 years. And we started this podcast because we wanted to invite you to think deeply and act boldly. That's what we do, that's what we talk about. And so, if you are an older, inquisitive woman, or if you love one, or if you want to become one, please stay a while, learn a little something, giggle a little something, and you'll be glad that you did.
And while we're asking you to do something, I have another ask. Can you please press like and subscribe? Do it now. I think you'll be really happy that you do. And if you also press notifications, then you'll hear about all the times that we share content. You'll be able to tell your friends, hey, the Besties put out another episode and you got to hear this. And they're really funny. These people are crazy. And wow, that was really interesting. So I think you want to be in the loop. So please press like, subscribe, and get notifications for when we drop new content.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, just take a moment. Let's just take a moment with my new hair.
I'm liking it.
Let's take a moment. So, yes, this is one of my
It looks good.
creations. You guys may know, if you're new, you probably don't know, but you may have just kind of seen in the videos. My hair changes all the time. Among other things, I became a wig maker because I wanted to change my hair all the time. And so I'm rocking a few of my wigs in the last few episodes. Anyway, it's just looking at me. So I had to give her a shout out.
All right.
So, Les, tell them
So
what
let me
happened
just,
today.
all right. Today
Tell them what
started
happened.
out a little bit unusual. I'm an anesthesiologist. I planned to be in the OR today at 6:45. I had a lot to do before my 7:30 case started. So I woke up this morning and something seemed a little off. I looked at the clock and it was 7 a.m. What time did I just say I was supposed to be in the OR? I'm like, oh my gosh, I overslept. It's maybe the second time I did that in 20 years.
Wow.
And what oversleep for an anesthesiologist means is that there's a surgeon waiting like this in front of the OR. There's a patient waiting like this to get,
like this.
to start. There's nurses, there's a whole staff waiting for me to come in. And I'm like, but anyway, so when I told you the story earlier today, I said, I overslept today, and I think on my way home, I'm going to stop at the store and buy an alarm clock so that this doesn't happen again. I can put the alarm, I had the whole plan. I'll put the alarm in the next room to have to get up to turn it off, like the old school, bring, bring, bring. Okay. So Ange, immediately you started laughing, and I'm like, what's so funny about that? It's like, that's a good plan. And you said,
what problem are you trying to solve? What
the
problem are you
oversleep.
trying to solve?
I only wanted to solve the oversleep.
Okay, and that is the top problem in the 5 whys. Why did I
There you go
oversleep?
again.
Why did I
There you go.
oversleep?
You see, this could have been fixed with an alarm clock, a $9.99 Casio alarm clock.
Okay,
You had
listen
to
up,
take it.
folks.
She always does this to me. It's
Listen
never
up,
simple.
folks. Listen up, folks, because it's not simple. This is surface shit. There's a gnat right here, just
Oh
a
my
singular
gosh, there's
gnat.
one right here. You see that I'm reaching for it
It
also,
must have
right?
come through. It
I
came
think it
through
did. I
just
think
don't
it
want it to
did.
fly in my mouth.
But you just saw me just do like this too, right? There's something going on. This is crazy. Remember, we were recording and I think it went up my nose and I was trying to remember that was a few seasons
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
And I was like trying not to do it on camera and I just kept going.
Like in the first few months.
And I'm bug averse.
Yeah,
Yesterday, I
that's a
saw
new
something.
word, bugaverse. Okay, I
Listen,
like it.
yesterday I was driving in the car
We'll get back to the
and
story in just a
I know
minute,
we
by the
will,
way.
but just yesterday, I was on my way to work and something flew across me. I'm in my car and I look and it was a bee. The windows were closed. I'm like, it's a
Oh,
bee.
shoot.
Immediately, first of
Oh,
all, I
shoot.
almost crashed, but then
Ooh.
I rolled down
Ooh.
all the windows and it
Mhm.
went almost like back this way and I couldn't drive and look, and at the same time, I almost
My
took the top
gosh.
down to
Right,
let
so
it
you
out. I almost took the top down, and the whole time I'm driving, I'm like this, looking for the
where
thing,
is it?
cause like, where I didn't want it to get on the back of my head, you know what. So anyway, let's get back to the story. So
Anyway,
you
okay,
started
focus.
laughing.
I
You
started
started
laughing.
laughing, and I didn't understand why until you
Here's why.
explained that my
Here's
solution
why.
to buying an alarm clock because I overslept was laughable.
It was laughable because you really think that's gonna solve the core problem.
Mm,
It
and
will
I
solve
did.
a problem, but it
Yeah.
will not solve the core problem. Leslie has been moving. She has been going, going hard for
Yeah,
the
for the
last
last
at least
couple
the
2
last
weeks,
week,
yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks. But I mean, in the last few days, I've got the phone calls. And I'm driving the
I'm
truck.
in the
And it's
truck.
in.
I
And
boxed
it's
up
in. Oh
70
my God. Ooh,
boxes, and
oh, I'm going after work. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing. It's been intense. And she is wondering.
if an alarm clock will fix my problem.
She is wondering what is wrong with me.
But that is
Why am
I'm
I
like,
why am I waking up late? What
mhm.
that is actually what you said. What is wrong with
I'm
me?
like,
Because
"What's wrong with me?"
a few days ago, you called me up and you said, Ange, I'm feeling really tired.
I
Do you think it's
did. I
because
said, "Ah,
okay,
don't
so
tell
welcome to
that
my
one."
world. Welcome to
And
my world. She says,
I
she says,
did.
she says, wait, do you think it's because I'm not drinking enough water? I feel parched. I feel like that has something to do with me feeling. She went on and on and on. And I'm like, yeah,
I
maybe,
said,
Les. I think it
"And"
does.
I said, I feel like I'm so tired I can't drive home from work."
Yes.
I said, "Do you think she dehydrated?"
I, I mean,
And
and
what you
listen,
should have said to me is, "You fool."
you fool, you fool. That sounds like Kai. You fool. I didn't do it those times because but the alarm clock was the last straw.
You
It was
just
the
started
last straw.
laughing, and I had no idea why you were laughing until it came clear, and it's like, "All right, pal, you got this, you got this." You know what? I didn't see the forest for the lumber.
Right.
I'm just too far in it. And then,
You
you know what
couldn't
you else you
see.
said today when I said that to you? You're
What?
like, "And you're 62."
Ah, I did.
You
I
did. You did. Like, you gotta remind me of my old ass. It's like, you ain't cut out for this. And it's so funny because I started telling one of my nurse colleagues at work, she's my age, and she's
oh my
like,
gosh.
"Oh, why didn't you tell me? I can help you. I can help you." And I said, "Listen, you're also 62.
Your
We are
knee
not
has been
cut
acting
we
up.
are not cut out for this. I am limping and icing my knee regularly.
Yet, as
Back
we used to
on listen, back on the Tylenol every 8 hours. You're I hear you.
okay,
I'm convicted. You
here's the
got me.
thing.
You got me.
Why do we do this?
Yeah.
Why does it become what is wrong with me when,
Mm.
in fact, you are
Mhm.
demanding too much of yourself? Too much.
Wow.
Too
Wow.
much. It's, we laugh about it and it's funny as hell because I was in disbelief that you were solving your problem with
You
an
do.
alarm clock
Mhm.
because it's it's got to be you. It's got to be this thing that's wrong with me. You've done it twice
Mhm.
in your career. This is the second time. And and the
Eh.
first and had I not interrupted the thought, the first thing that you thought to solve the problem is
Yeah.
this thing because there's something wrong with me. There's
Yeah, there's
something
something
wrong with
wrong.
me.
Why am I oversleeping? You know,
Why am I tired?
like,
Why is my knee
why am I
acting up?
isn't that crazy? Now that I think about it, I'm telling you, if a patient or anybody came up to me and said, I would first say, well, what have you been up to? Anything new going on in
Right,
your life?
right,
Any
right,
stressors?
right.
I don't know, even
Yeah,
understand why it didn't hit me that way.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we, I'll say I, but I know it's not just an I thing.
Mhm.
I've
It ain't me,
always,
it's you and them other people. No, I'm kidding.
I've always taken pride in the ability to multitask, do everything, be here, there, the type A personality. And it's wearying.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
the word that I use is weathering,
Yes.
but, that's a
Mhm.
whole other issue. But,
Right.
yeah, yeah. The body tells the story before the head tells you the story,
Yeah, yeah.
before I don't even know if you had said, listen, and this is real. If you had said, yeah, go get one of those clocks. They're really inexpensive. You can pick one up today. I think I would have just said, yeah, okay. And
Mhm.
then, let me go
Problem
pack more
solved.
boxes
Yeah.
and get to
Problem
bed at
solved.
1 a.m.
Yeah.
And try
Yep.
to and expect to wake up refreshed at 5.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I had a real awareness of this, Les, because I'm further along on this journey of self-compassion than you are.
Mm.
And maybe it's 5 minutes ahead, right? But
Mm.
I could see what you were doing to yourself and how immediate it was. There's something wrong with me. I have to fix this, and I'm going to fix it like this. Versus there's something wrong with me, and it's because I'm overdoing it, and I need to be
Mm.
gentler to my body, be gentler to my mind, be gentler
Mm.
to um, put things in priority order. You can't do everything, and have that conversation with yourself versus what the
Mm.
hell is wrong with me? What is
But
going
it's
on?
it's easier to buy an alarm clock than to have that
Mm,
conversation
yeah,
because that
because the
gets to certain truths
yeah,
and
yeah,
expectations
yeah.
and
And guess what? It's easier than fixing the real problem. But
yes,
you can say, "Oh,
yes.
I've addressed it."
Yes, it's like, "Okay, ticked one thing off the list, got the clock."
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but an
Yeah.
alarm clock doesn't fix a weary mind. It doesn't
Ooh,
fix a weary spirit,
it does
and I know
not.
I've told you that I've been feeling, anxiety lately,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna have an alarm clock will not have any effect
An
on
alarm
an
clock will
anxious
not.
mind and the
That's right.
anxiety that just comes up when I'm at a red light.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What's wrong with me? So now here we go again. What's wrong with me? For God's sake. Les. You know how I say sometimes, oh, I'm so screwed up.
why am I like this?
Yes, why am I like this?
Actually, you're the way that I love you. So that's not going to be the thing that needs fixing. It's really like just, and I say just, not to minimize it, but to focus
Mm.
in, right? To
Mhm.
focus in on um, the ways that we have been socialized in general to be in this kind of doing all the time thing.
Yes,
And God knows
yes.
this is what I'm saying to myself also. And I am just kind of calling out that I might have said this already, but I think I recognize it because it's something that I have had to process and kind of work at myself. And so it was
Mm.
very easy for me to recognize what's happening, what you were doing to yourself,
Mm.
right? And what
Mhm.
you were ignoring about your needs, right?
Mm.
And but I wanted to also say this. What are you gonna do about it? Don't tell me you're gonna buy the alarm clock. What are you gonna do about it? And I wanna do the 5 whys so badly so you can
I
see what the real
know,
problem
I
is, but
know. And I that's an exercise that I will do.
yeah.
But I gotta say, what the only thing I'm prepared to do immediately
Mhm.
is get that alarm clock. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The only thing I'm prepared to do right now is try to get quiet and get over this the task that I need to do. I'm moving, as I said.
Right.
So, that's something that's time limited. But after that, and I've talked to you about changing my work. I
Mhm.
don't really want to
Mhm.
work full time much longer
Mhm.
and be on call and,
Right.
and all of this, going in and out of the hospital and things like that. So,
Um,
I need to just quiet and slow things down.
can I make a suggestion that goes along with that?
I'm
That was a
afraid.
question. May I?
I'm afraid.
It's easy.
Because when you start making
It's
suggestions, they make
easy.
me think. Remember how I think it was Isaiah who used to cry and say, like,
Mhm.
I don't like grandma. She makes me
Oh, yes.
learn.
It was so silly.
She makes me
Yes.
learn. So
She
it's
makes
like,
me read. My mom.
yeah, no, he said, she makes me learn.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see grandma. She makes me learn. So you know what? I don't want to hear your questions because you make me learn.
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
know
I
if I'm
love that.
interested.
Okay,
Can I make a suggestion? No. Point me to Target.
Leslie,
Which way is the
you're hilarious.
convenience store? That's how you can help me.
Send me an Amazon link.
For a nice Casio,
Oh my gosh.
all this brain work. I ain't
Like,
got time for that.
I mean, give yourself like a when are you gonna when are you gonna stop? Like, okay, I'm gonna push this hard because I know there's things that you have to do. I'm gonna do this until um Wednesday. I'm gonna do this until Thursday, and then
Mm,
whatever's not done ain't gonna get done. Whatever's not done, I'm gonna call someone to help me. Whatever's not done, I'm going to know that those things are not my priority because since I put this deadline, it allowed me to create some priority around this
mm,
and to understand.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna determine what is done versus that done is better than perfect, and what does done mean for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set these goals for myself instead of I'm gonna just work at this until I grind to a halt.
Just grind. Yeah. And that's in my history, grinding. It's like I know how to do that. And
Yeah,
that feels familiar to me.
it
It
does.
feels, you know, self-sacrifice,
Mhm.
grinding, being
Mhm.
tired.
Mhm.
Our favorite saying is
Yeah.
like, you're tired, so what?
Yeah.
Finish it.
It's hard, do it anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's hard, do it anyway.
Yes. Yes. And
You
how's that
know?
working for you? And how's that working for you? No.
Yeah, how's it working? Well, let's talk to my knee about that. Let's talk to the whole staff of the OR that waited for me today.
Oh my
Yeah, how's that
gosh.
working for Les?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, our people, as Leslie says, our public.
Our public, my public.
How are you going to have more self compassion? How are you going to create
Yeah.
boundaries for yourself to say,
Mm,
yeah, I have to do this, it's hard, but I'm going to put a boundary on this. I'm going to work at this pace for 2 days. I'm going to work at this pace until
mm,
this piece is done, but not
but not the
100%.
next piece
Not
or
the next,
yeah,
just
what can
finding that
wait?
what could
What
what
can wait?
can wait?
Stop, Siri.
What
Shut
what
up.
did Siri say?
Sorry, I couldn't skip this. I don't know what that meant. You listening to me?
Soon, soon that's gonna be the robot in the corner waiting for its next command. That's gonna be doing that. It won't be Siri. Siri will be this humanoid is in the other
Yeah.
room
There's a movie coming out about
waiting for you
that.
to talk about. I
It's
don't
a
want to
horror
talk.
movie. But anyway, I know that scares you.
We're trying to
Um,
get someone, an AI. expert on the podcast. We're just trying to coordinate schedules. So anyway, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
leave that. But seriously, it is setting boundaries for yourself. I like to call it allowing your joy to help you to set boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
right? What
Yeah.
is what is enough? What are the things, for example, um, how can I reduce how much stuff that I have? How am I going to decide what is important, what's not important? Spending a little
Oh
time is
my.
called slowing down to speed up. You spend a
Yeah.
little time to
Yeah.
do that, to create the plan, instead of thinking that your body and your energy is this um, is this
Mm-hmm.
never ending. It's this constant source for you, and it doesn't require rest. And we know that's not
Or
true.
water.
Or,
Or water.
or water.
I think that's
And
why I'm
I'm
tired.
feeling, do you think it's water? I think that's
Oh
what it
my
is.
God,
Didn't
you're
you read
really
that
putting my
somewhere? Didn't you
business in the
tell me that?
street. I really thought that. In fact, I got to tell you, you were the second person I asked today, that day. I
Again, it's
said,
either water or
I
the alarm
haven't,
clock.
I haven't had water. Maybe that's why I can't drive home without falling asleep. I told you I felt like I was drugged because
Yes,
I
you
packed
did.
all night and moved stuff. Was this
Ah,
yesterday? This was yesterday. So I spent
that's
all weekend
crazy.
moving.
Yeah,
Went to work on Monday, put
yeah.
in my X amount of hours, and wondered
Right,
why I couldn't drive home
right,
because I didn't
right.
have water.
Yeah, I mean, water could help, but water was just kind of extending the problem,
Yeah,
extending the
yeah.
problem.
Eesh,
Anyway,
denial.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
denial, and I think it is a part of how we are socialized as people in our age group, and women, I think, in general, to
Mhm.
um, this self-sacrifice, um, sleep is for suckers,
Yeah. Rest is
the
for suckers. Yeah.
I can make it happen. I can
Let me
push.
push,
I
push
can make
one
it
more thing.
happen.
Yeah.
Everything is the priority. We really, really, really have to change this. So I'm sorry for laughing at you, but I wanted to kind of
It was
arrest.
kind of funny though.
I wanna I wanted to kinda arrest, like, are you did you're kidding me right now. You're
Angie,
re
you started laughing immediately. I had no idea what you were laughing at. Only until you told me the ridiculousness of what I just said in all seriousness.
I
I was
couldn't
literally gonna
believe.
leave work and go to the store. Okay. In other words, never mind. I might not
Never
need that
mind.
alarm clock.
I hope you still
I'll
keep me
do better.
around, because
I'll do better.
I've been coming at you, because I don't want just the dregs of you to remain. I want you to go into what's next full of fervor and clarity and expectation,
That's
not
true.
like
Not
dragging
with
your
skid
leg,
marks.
not with,
You don't want me going in with skid marks.
not with the go on without me.
Yeah. Parched, coughing up on without me. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're right. I don't want to be a taskmaster. I want to live a more contented,
Yes.
joyful,
Yes.
rested
Yes.
state. Right now I don't feel that. But I
Yeah.
know it's in my future
It it
that I
it
know.
is. It is. And yeah, so, the work is just in the framing
It's
of
there for
it.
me.
Right. The things have to get done, but do they have to get done by you? Do
Yeah.
they have to
I'm
get
not a good
done by
delegator,
the
but
state? Do
yeah.
do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, thank you for point pointing that out. I'll just say that. Saving me $9.99. I won't get the clock. Let me just tell you, in our episode notes, you're gonna see the picture of the new clock in the bank. But now I'm gonna just sneak and get it. I won't tell you that I
I'll see
bought
it when
an
I come
alarm
to
clock.
visit. I'm like, "Leslie,
Exactly. You're like, what is
this
that
is
on the
new.
table?
This is new. I know it's new. And it's not in the guest room. It's in your
Oh my gosh. I tell you. Well, thanks, pal.
Oh my gosh. You're
This
welcome
has been another
anytime.
episode of Black Boomer Besties from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.